Hi everyone, Senan this side, and in this video we are going to see how to solve this LeetCode daily problem, separate black and white balls. And before we get started, I want you guys to know that the whole PDF solution is provided in the description below, so be sure to check that out so that you don't have to watch this video again and again. So yeah, let's get okay. So the problem is separate black and white balls. So there are n balls in a table. On a table, each ball has a color black or white. You are given a zero indexed binary string. S binary string meaning the string has only 0 or 1 of length n, where 1 and 0 represents black and white balls respectively. In each step you can choose two adjacent balls and swap them. Return the minimum number of steps to group all the black balls to the right and all the white balls to the left. Okay, so for example, I have 101, which is the first test case. So the very first thing is, let's take this as a test case. Now the very first thing that I want you guys to know that we have to pull all the zeros the front and ones all back, right? So technically, if you observe, if we look the string from right to left, since the right side is all ones, I don't have to do anything, right? But when I see a zero, I know there is at least, if since there is a one after the zero, there is at least one swap I have to perform, right? So what I'll do is I'll take this one and I'll swap for this 0. The answer would be 1 for this one. Now let's look at this test case 100 1001. Now this would ensure that you would actually understand how many swaps do we have to make. Now look at this one. Since there are no zeros to the right, that means it is at its correct position, so I don't need to tamper with it. But I look the 0, I see this is the first 0 from the right, the second 0, and now I see this 1. So now I need to take this one and place it at this position, right? So but as we can only swap adjacent elements, what I know is first I can swap this with like this, and then I can make another swap as 0 1. So I make two swaps, right? Now when I go and look through, I traverse the string, and whenever I see the next one, which is this one, I see there are 4 zeros, right? So at least I would have to make 4 swaps to take this one from here to here, just like the idea of a bubble sort, if you could relate. So this one has 4 zeros to the right, so I need 4 swaps. So initially the case was this, right? In this as well, you see, since this one has 2 zeros towards its right, I need to swap this 2 times to push it to the correct position. Similarly, looking at this one, I see there are 4 zeros towards its right hand side, and so that is why I need to move this one, or I need to swap this one 4 times. So yeah, that gives me the idea, and it's quite straightforward, obvious after looking at this. Look at this, all the ones are at its correct position, so output is 0. So drum roll, and this is the solution. So since the what we have to return is a long, what I'll do is take answer long as 0, and I would keep a track of count. Now what I do is whenever I traverse the list or the string from right hand side to left hand side, and what I do is if I see a 0, that means I've seen 1 0. So what I'll do is I'll increase the count of zeros, and whenever I see a 1, that means the else case. I know this is a binary string. If it is not 0, then it must be 1. So what I'll do is I would have to swap as many times the number of zeros to the right of this 1. So that is why answer plus equal to 0, and in the end you return the answer. That is the simplest way that you have to do, and that is the way that it is expected to be. So what is the time and space complexity? Clearly we are iterating through the for loop, so the time complexity is big of n, because these are constant time operations. And what is the space complexity? Space complexity is nothing other than constant, because we are using only 2 variables. I'm not including the space taken by this. So yep, if you want, it actually does the job, and it actually runs. Just for your confirmation, this does work, and if you want, you can submit this as well. So yeah, that was the whole video. Be sure to check the PDF solution in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.